Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. So today we're doing a client tutorial. So right now I'm just doing her brows. I started off by brushing them. I applied some powder to get rid of any oils that were on her face, and then I went in with my Morphe brow pencil to begin filling in her brows. So now I am going in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I am just concealing her brows with my favorite concealer brush. So I am just sculpting her brows and I'm trying to get them as sharp as possible, and then I will be blending that concealer down to her lid. So to blend in the concealer, I'm just using a Wet n Wild crease brush. And if you can notice, I didn't blend the concealer all onto her lid because I am putting a lighter concealer on her lid for her base for the eyeshadow. Now I am taking like a reddish brown shade and I'm just blending that on her outer V and also in her crease, and I will also be blending this a little bit in the front of her brow. I'm sorry, I did forget the exact shade and the brand of eyeshadow that I use, but I'm sure that you can find a color similar. Now I will be taking a deeper reddish brown shade and I will be putting that below the shade that we already applied, because I do want to deepen that crease up a little bit just to create a little bit more definition. I am now putting the same concealer that I used for the base of her eyeshadow on her lid again, just because I want to create a base for the other eyeshadow that I'm going to be putting on her lid, because I want the colors to appear a little bit brighter. I am now applying a mauve color to her lid, and I'm not going to be covering the entire lid. I'm just going to be covering the middle of her lid. I will now be applying a bright baby pink just because the mauve wasn't popping the way that I wanted it to pop. So I just added a bright baby pink to the same area that I applied the mauve color. I will now be applying a light beige color to the front of her lid, and I love putting I love the ombre effect. I think that's my favorite eyeshadow to do, the ombre effect. Just one color going to the next, going to another color. I will now be lining her lid with the NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner, and I'm not doing a wing or anything. I'm keeping the eyeliner on the lid, and then I'll also be applying Duo Lash Glue on top of that, well, above. Not on top, but above that liquid eyeliner, because I will be doing a glitter liner. Now I will be applying the glitter, and I'm just using the same applicator that I used to create the glue line for the glitter. So I'm just dipping it into the glitter and applying the glitter on the line of glue that I created on her lid. Now I just will be wiping her face down with a makeup wipe just to get rid of all of the glitter and eyeshadow fallout that may have fallen on her face. And now I'm just moisturizing her face and priming her face as well. Now I am color matching her for her foundation, and I actually went in with a darker foundation because I did want to basically use a lot of highlight. I want to use a lot of concealer because I wanted to try out a new technique today. So I just went in with a darker foundation, and I'm just blending it in with my Real Techniques Instapot brush. And then now I am going in with the concealer, the same concealers that I used for her brows. So I'm just putting that all underneath her eye. I'm going to apply it to her chin, her forehead, and her nose. Now I am going in with a damp disposable beauty sponge, and I'm just blending out the edges of the concealer that I applied. And I do not use Real Technique sponges. I prefer using the disposable ones because the Real Technique sponges can be so irritating when it comes to cleaning them. So I prefer the disposable ones. I can get them as dirty as I want to, and then I can just throw them away in the end. Now I'm just going in with my foundation brush, and I'm just blending the edges of the concealer. I like to let the concealer in the center of, I guess, the outline, the concealer that I made, sit for a little bit because I like for it to create a fuller coverage. So now I'm just blending out the edges, so just so there are no harsh lines or anything, and then I'll go back in later and like right here. I'm going back in and blending the center of all of the concealer that I applied. Now I am contouring her face. And just a quick note, I'm letting the concealer on her nose sit because I really want that concealer to kind of create the shape for her nose. So I'm just letting it sit so it can dry down a bit. But for the contour, I'm just using powder. I'm not cream contouring in this video, maybe in my next tutorial, but not for this one. But I am just, powder contouring, I guess. And then to kind of blend everything together, I'm going back in with my foundation brush and blending everything together. So now I am going in with the powder contour on her nose as well, and I blended out the center a little bit just so I can get like a natural cute contour for her nose. And as you can see, I am blending in that contour to her eyebrows, and it kind of just creates a more natural look when you do it that way. So now I'm going to be setting her face. So I'm just going to be setting the areas that I applied concealer, and then next I'll be going in with the Duo Lash Glue again and applying that to her lash line to prep her lids or her lash line for her lashes. So what you saw me just do is basically pat in all of the loose powder that I put on her face to set her face. And then now I am going in with blush on her cheekbones. And I'll also be applying her lippies. So we're doing, a darker liner for her lip liner. And then for the center, we're going to go in with a pinky nude. And we're going to top it off with some clear gloss. And now for the finishing touches, I will be applying a gel liner to her lower waterline, and then I'll also be cleaning up that eyeshadow on her lashes and just applying some highlight. And of course, we're going to spray down the face to make it last all day. So thank you all for watching, and see you next time.